Already know what time it is. Yo, it's up 11. I love dodging lasers. Those lasers are actually fun. I don't like that non. I mean, okay, I like it, but it is a very rough non.
No, that would have been first try, but I can't cap a
Knockout of 3 steps. At least I did that first section twice in a row. Yo, what's up, Toaster? Okay, so I'm doing fine. It's been a boring day since I've spent the past while editing, but you know, it's not been bad. And now we are trying to see how good of practice will be today. Professional YouTuber, and you can tell by the amount of money I've made off of YouTube that I'm definitely a professional. And I'm definitely good at editing. This week was better for doing highlights. I got it down to about only taking about 2.5 hours to put together the whole thing, which was nice. You know, this site's weird because you look at Yugi and you think she'd be top heavy, but no, she's really back heavy. With her, the problems are her first 3 attacks are mostly innocent. These last 3 are the ones that will actually kill you. Or kill me, at least, I should say. I don't like this spell. I feel like these bullets are less generous than most in terms of hitboxes. Ooh, Twitch, you're doing my favorite thing where you're telling me someone I follow is live, which is cool, but I'm already live, so... Is that the 4th lasers in a row? I only have 1 Yugi on the day, but I have 3 from the 2nd Midnon to Mount Wu in a row. Make that 4, actually. So that's nice. As long as I don't throw this laser non up ahead. Or this spell. This spell might kill me. Look at those bubbles. They're terrifying there. I almost died. Come on, Yugi. Kyoko has scarier bubbles than that. Which, to be honest, isn't saying much, because Kyoko has very scary bubbles. Ooh! Children become LNNers. I mean, if they don't LNN, then they're disowned, so... Although I do know the shortcut to that challenge, it would be difficult. But, you know, the shortcut is I gotta get a wife, and then B, I gotta teach her to LNN, right? Because, like, if it's just from me, you know, say you carry over half the genes, it's like, that's good. But, like, if you can, you know, I can get a wife and teach her how to LNN, then boom. Imagine. Imagine how powerful that'd be. Yeah, that's 5 mid-bosses in a row. The perfect Touhou play. Exactly. I done choke.
No, that would have been the 5th one in a row. Oh no.
You know what I'm talking about? If, like, you know, if/when I have kids, you know, trying to make the perfect LNNer, and I told him that, like, the actual strat is I gotta get a wife and then get her to LNN. And then if you have 2 LNNers have a kid, then boom, you're like, that's like the ultimate setup for making the perfect LNNer, right? Also, what's up, Fanny? Okay, fine. I'll take my 5 across 6 attempts. take that for now. That was good. Let's do this section first try. What's Chopin? This better not be a Chopin Decent Nuts joke. Done shat the bed there. Damn it! They're okay, but like, what does that have to do with things right now? Like, I'm not saying your opinion's bad, but I'm busy shooting a cat. What does that have to do with that? Okay, last time I was too fast. This time we weren't too fast. Shit, the musical works. Well, that's fine. Like I said, that's fine. I'm just curious where that came from. Like, you could come in here and sit down, or, like, I could go somewhere and be like, you know, I just love Zoon's music work. And, like, someone's playing, like, frickin' Call of Duty. It's like, okay, you know, that's cool, but what does that have to do with, you know? I'm saying, it's a little, you know, just like a out of nowhere thing. Right? Like, you wouldn't go to a funeral and then be like, dude, huge fan of insert music artist right here. Like, you're at a funeral. Dude, Taylor Swift, my favorite. That's actually so enjoyable, because it's like there's a bass strat for you, what you do. You know, you just kind of bait to the side, try to go back to the middle, but it's so reactionary based on the moment. Render Dove Festival, yeah. Or Chopin somewhere. Oh, okay, well, you know, that makes more sense. That, you know, you see the word and then it's on your mind. But you have to understand that, like, I didn't see the word, so it wasn't on my mind. So then it's weird, or then I find it weird just to bring it up out of nowhere without the context, right? You defeated the EP. Good job. That's the monumental task. Training going? It's going fine. Actually, it's going pretty good. My stage 3 stuff was pretty good earlier. It was actually so good, I have already left stage 3 for the day. Okay. Chopin. Why did I go into the bullet? You gotta understand that, if sometimes I'll mispronounce things due to, me not getting it. And then sometimes, if I see this, I'm gonna keep calling Chopin. Like my girl Kamada. I need to play UM. Just so I can constantly call her that, and then just see how many people comment on it. Because some people get really fired up over pronunciations. And I find it kind of funny. Hey, Mirada. Yeah, just combine the two words. Because unfortunately, outside of her, most of my Touhou pronunciation is, like, pretty solid. Like, I'm not gonna pretend I'm, like, the greatest at pronouncing names, but I've gone out of my way to try to make sure that I am on the right track when it comes down to pronouncing things. What's after this? That's a good question. I cannot answer that for sure. As, prior to this, I was like, oh yeah, SA, but that was also like, in the later parts of PCB, I still got a ways to go. So it's something I've thought about, but I haven't put, like, much thought into. I was like, oh, what am I going to do after this? Like, which game do I want to go to? So I'll say this, most Touhou games I have put thought into potentially going to next. But the only ones I can say pretty confidently that I'm not going to next are like 19 and 17. I can tell you other ones that are probably not on the list, but like, I haven't sat down and really put the time to go, okay, which one do I want to do? Because my opinion might change by then. Of like, what's the most interesting one in my mind. Sure, Yuri Chamada. Yeah, there's actually a bunch of Chi characters. Chi. The possible card item list. Yeah. Definitely. That's definitely on my agenda. 1000%. You know me, the world's biggest impossible spell card fan. I mean, I'll say this when it comes down to the next game. Like I said, I don't know which game I'd want to go to, or I will go to. The ones on, like, the top of the list are, like... But Pod's not top of the list. Pod, I don't know if Pod will ever be top of the list, solely just because of the nature of Pod and its, uniqueness. Pod is a great casual game. I don't know how much I agree with it as a, high-level game. Or high-level grind. But I say considered hard? I say is like middle, middle, right? Like bottom of mid tier, maybe, depending on the shot type, right? So higher than PCB. Most games are higher than PCB, right? Like, unless you're talking like Wily Beast or like certain shot types in DDC potentially. Fucking skippable. Yeah, only cowards skip Gatswalk. Listen, I wonder how many people skip Catswalk. I'm sure the answer is a lot. I know Altair talks about doing it. But the only two videos I've seen on YouTube of SA. I've only, like, ever watched, like, 2 SA runs on YouTube. Yes, one of them is Yats. And both runs I've seen, the person captures a Catswalk, like a Giga Chad. So... That does not make the game hard. Yeah, otherwise, Hidden Star would be regarded as hard. Anyway, what was I talking about games-wise? I mean, like I said, most every Touhou game... I kind of... No, I missed that part. This part. Like, I have a... Most games I have, like, a thing that makes me kind of want to play it. Yeah, Mystic Square is like the biggest denominator for 1cc versus LNN regards because because Mystic Square's bomb is so terrible. That it's hard to like really get good at the 1cc while bomb spamming. So you're gonna be better at Mystic Square than you are probably most Touhou games if you're at a 1cc level. And there's a number of games that have aspects to this. I'd argue 10 Desires is a little weird, because despite the fact that it is one of the easier Touhou games, if you're not trancing, your resources are dwindled. Like, you have notably less resources, right? Like, that's what makes LOL-K's LNB not, like, miles ahead of others, potentially, because if you're doing the LNB, you have a billion resources. Yeah, SA, I believe, has one of the harder 1cc's. I'm not going to pretend it's the hardest by any means, but I think when it comes down to, like, the hardest 1cc's, you're looking at, like, UFO and potentially Mystic Square, at least in the top of the notch. Endless UFO. Yep, if you do UFO without UFOs, your resources goes to... You have like 3 or 4 lives throughout the course of the game. It's brutal. Anyway, what was I talking about? Games. Like, Mountain of Faith might be high up on my list. It takes like a notch down because it's not an upgrade over any of these games. Or over any of the 2 I've done, really, right? In terms of, like, sheer difficulty. I should have killed those spirits. That's what happens when you don't kill the spirits. That was a really weird spread. Mountain of Faith is mid. Is it really? I've always heard Mountain of Faith as being one of the easier LNNs. Mountain of Faith is amazing Kaneko music. Well, Kaneko fight, like the fight itself, besides non-1, coupled with the music, is just it's my favorite fight in Touhou. That was stupid. Have the quintessential mid tier. I mean, I guess it's got that weird mid game, but I've always felt like people treat, you know, its late game as relatively easy. Like, no Yuyuko late game, of course, but... And, you know, what is it, Aya's survival spell is giga ass, but... I've always felt like people treat Kaneko as, like, almost a joke, in terms of, like, you know, being close to Yuyuko levels of easy. In terms of Stage 6 bosses, that is. You know, I'm not going to sit down and pretend that a Stage 6 boss, even Yuyuko, is necessarily easy, but... comparatively. Stage 5 mid-bosses that suck? Well, it depends on the one, right? But yeah, but Touhou 11 and 12 both really have that with them. Is Virtues of Wind God regarded as hard? I always thought that spell card is probably my favorite spell in all of Touhou. And I always thought that spell card was regarded as hard, but every time I see people, like, the few times I see people, like, talk about it, I always feel like people talk about how easy that final is. Maybe that's just my lack of seeing people talk about it much, but... Yeah, so you gotta remember, 11, Illusionary Dominance is not Illusionary Dominance on Lunatic. Dune decided to do a funny thing designing his games and making the spell cards' names, why'd I go different on different difficulties? I love this theme. It's so good. Okay, anyway, back to the games. So, like, the top of the list for, like, my current interest, like I said, this is based on my current interests. Give me 3 weeks, and this could change notably. But my top of my list is something like Mystic Square, Mountain of Faith, UFO, and UM. Like, those 4 are kind of the ones that reign at the top of my interest list right now. Not bad. Like I said, give me some weeks and my list might shake it up. Because like I said, most Touhou games are of interest to some degree. Kind of with the exceptions of 17 and 19. And I get, like, DDC I have, like, a small interest in, but DDC is kind of a... No way it's, like, a first 5 game for me to touch. Nah, not at all. I'm throwing. Like, DDC is one of the lower games on my list for sure. lost. Well, if you just want me to turn down the in-game volume, just ask me to. I kind of have volume set a level, but I can't honestly tell you how great it is on stream. I mean, let me rant through why the 4 games I have currently hot. What is wrong with me? I can't. Let's move past Satori for now. I'm struggling with her right now, so let's go hang with my favorite thing. But Mystic Square kind of being the interesting PC98 game. And, like, besides Yumiko, I feel like that game is interesting. It's like Yumiko is really, like, if Yumiko was, like, a fine boss, like, not Giga-ass, honestly, that game might be, like, top of my priority list, but Mystic Square is still very interesting. I really like Stage 4 in Mystic Square. Stage 3 and like, sure, Alice's opener is a little off, but I really like Stage 3 and Stage 4 in Mystic Square. There you go, that game probably fair. And to be honest, the rest of Stage 5 I relatively like. It's the 2 Yumiko attacks. Like, it's not even her other attacks. It's just those 2 streaming attacks that are a pain, right? But Shinki is really fun, broadly speaking. I really like Stage 3 and Stage 4 in Mystic Square. I think it's the most interesting PC98 game for an LNN grind. In my opinion. You know, saying everyone. You know, as much as Pod is probably my favorite game, like I said, I don't think that's an LNN game. Where do we go after that? Mountain of Faith. I mean, I've talked about Mountain of Faith. The thing that makes me not want to play it is the entirety of Stage 4. Is the entirety of Stage 4 of Mountain of Faith, which is not a great stage. But what makes me want to play Mountain of Faith? I don't know, the entirety of Stage 5 and 6. With the exception of Kaneko Non 1. UFO is the quintessential top tier that I want to touch, or like high tier that I kind of want to touch, because it's like my most loved and hated game. And I do kind of miss it a lot. Sometimes. The things that make me not want to touch it is Byakuran Non 2 and Byakuran Final. Those are things I dread going back to UFO. Also, if the LNB wasn't so garbage. Like, I don't care about how hard most of the game is. Like, I'd be fine with that. It's just, like, the LNB is so suspect to do. It's like, you want to have 4 lives? Have fun. Woo! Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And it's 5 minutes. Okay, I didn't know exactly what what was for it. I knew it was something long. I knew it was long. I never counted it out entirely myself. And then is like the quintessential. is basically Hidden Star, like souped up in my eyes, where it's like without the mechanic, it's apparently giga ass. But I really liked a lot of that game. Sanyo's kind of ass. Like, kind of ass. But she was fairly enjoyable, but like, I really like Misamaru and Megamo. I really like both those fights. You don't sound so forceful when you say that, 11.
Oh.
Yeah, but most of the abbreviations, I say, make sense in English. He's walking the cat. You got me. I am. It's just the using NB for Ventra is like the one thing that doesn't make sense in English. Yeah, saying no Ventra is like, it's some translation thing. It's the longest name category. Full spell, something or other. It's probably like, it's probably UM or UFO. If I were to fathom to guess. The longest category name would just be whatever has the most N's in it. No Border Break is actually probably up there. So PCD is definitely high on the list. Ooh, that's a sexy dodge. Bro's getting all the girls with that one. Bro's losing all the girls with that one. I love this spell. Oh yeah, Wily Beast actually. Wily Beast has some long-ass categories. This is why I just say perfect run. You know, LNB, LNN, NBNB, just perfect run. Easy. But every game like I said, every game I mentioned is high up on my interest level, but that doesn't mean it's like what I'm going to do next. I haven't given it much more than just kind of like simple thoughts. Because, you know, getting good at Orin is my priority. Yeah, LNM and B is just a shortened version of LNN, or a long version of LNN. I guess LNN is just the shorter version. Listen, as you could probably agree with 11, I don't want. Who wants to make a video where you're like, ah, yes, this LNB and imagine making a video where you put your abbreviations and it's just what is that? LN, MNB, NAH, NRBFS. No one wants to click on a video that has 12 letters that make no sense. But if you keep it simple and just say perfect run or LNN, you know, it's more easily distinguishable. Go up there in time. Like, the first half of waves don't really matter. Like, they do matter a bit, but it's really the last half. It's like how she sets them up really matters. I could go play EOSD. No, that game's like middle of my interest level. That is 100% not the game I'm going to next. Oh, you can't. Oh, all I have to do is mention the words EOSD and he shows up. Well, roaring mode gives you like bonus damage and shit, right? Because like like a beast mode break or whatever it's called, I forget the details. Like that acts as like a border break essentially, but you can activate the beasts as long as you aren't in hyper mode, because hyper mode gives you a buff, right? Well, if you just activate 5 random trinkets, it doesn't actually give you an active buff. Much up. Zoom game design. You're right. I should actually, as my next game, speaking of top tier game design, I should really go do oh, I almost got it though. I should really go play Reimu BDDC. I think that should be the next game I go play. Yep. That's a good one. Talk about top tier game design. About UFO, what about it? I said that's a game that's high up on my list for playing. Is that what you're talking about? Talking about UFOs. Summoning. Oh, that's what you're referring to? You finally won with Koishia and L0? Nice. Did you get a Fool? Best card in the game? I'll always preach about how good the Fool is. I got it. Oh, look at that pixel. Yeah, let's get one more cap today, and then I'll do a little bit of normal Orin practice. The more sane thing, you know. Turns out the entirety of Orin is easier than Catswalk.
Oh no!
So it makes it 2 miss max. Well, yeah, I guess that's true, because you get all your lives from picking up life tokens in that game, and you have to make things with them. Nah, I should really go play some solo Sakuya Imperishable Knight. I think that's a really sane category.
Oh, I went up.
Bro is getting good caps, and now it's over. He's falling off the cap train. Too much to the left. Who missed no token? Really? I know you told me he was good Wily Beast player. I didn't know he had that. That's an interesting category. I'm surprised anyone would have been willing to grind that. Ooh, that was a really bad upward spread. This effect's also weird, because the game really doesn't want you to play too vertically early on. But then at the end, like, those last, like, 2 waves, you can play really you can, like, switch to playing really vertically through. Yeah, there's my cap. Before I go do that, I should do this a couple times. More experience is better. More experience is better. We gotta refresh ourselves once in a while. Thank you, Zero Dude, for the raid. I appreciate it. We're just practicing some Subterranean. So yeah, I don't practice the person on because it's literally free. Easy cap. Easiest spell in the entire game, clearly. I really like this stage, but it's definitely the most volatile stage in the entire game. Like, I think Oku has more peaks than Stage 5 does, but I think there's just so much of it comparatively. Here. The hardest part about this attack is remembering not to bottom drag during it. I'm so used to when I'm on the bottom of the screen, bottom dragging. Too much. Rainbow, we're working towards it. Yeah, whatever the closest thing to Reimu Persuasion Needle will always be the most used shot. Even if it's not necessarily the best shot in the game, it will always be, like, the most used one. No, yeah, you can only gap, as far as I know, from side to side with you carry. With the Parsi strats? You're right, Parsi is a very hard boss that you need really specific strats for. Parsi actually the hardest boss in the game. I know the Notori shot is bad. Like, is the Patchy shot really good? Like, if you were to take it theoretically competitively, like, is like the Yukari, not the Yukari, the Patchouli shot, like, arguably, like, in the running for the best? Or is that just people really like the shot because it's really unique? Eek! Those players... True. Nobody plays, Reimu in... Nobody plays PC98 because there's no Reimu needles. They can't play Reimu Needles in Mystic Square because she's the worst shot type in the game. Therefore, nobody plays Mystic Square. I think we solved it. Who's messaging me right now? That's also weird, because you kind of have, like, that first spell that's difficult. Like, it's not like it's super hard, but it is a very difficult spell, roughly speaking. And then you just kind of have a boring break for a little bit. And then you just got two big-ass spells in your way at the end. Okay, finger off the bottom button. Needles of Yora, my beloved. Needles of Yora, my beloved. I do really like Needles of Yora. I didn't know why you had to go left there at the end. Like, be on the left side when theoretically you might want to shoot the spirits, but you want to go on the left so that the homing bullets actually hit her. Because otherwise the fairies tank the homing bullets and you kill her later. It's a little weird. Actually, it's only good if you have have a billion IQ and ignore shot changes. That I've never really played the shot type, so I don't know. Me trying to pronounce Bosendorfer? Am I pronouncing it particularly wrong when I say Bosendorfer? Don't walk into her, that's a bad idea. Okay, good luck, Amy. What's the real zombie fairies? When fairies can actually die. Didn't get that lineup. Why is that fairy so far to the right? Why is he so close to me? I really was just expecting her to die. But oh boy, do sometimes the homing bullets get baited. Yeah, Zune definitely has all of his lore written ahead of time, like many games in advance, and doesn't just, like, half drunk at one point be like, Shion and Tenchi are best friends, got it. Yeah, oh, I was asked to bring back Ron. Mafia boss. Boom. I tapped right out of it. Yeah, I got my one perfect orange. Maybe I don't need to push for more. Maybe I should not push for more and do a little bit of stage 6 before I go do some runs. But maybe I'm also just a little pent up because I've been at my desk all day and I haven't gotten up and moved around much. UNR? Yes, UNR. If I'm gonna practice Oku, I start on UNR. There's really no point starting with her first non because it's I mean, it is a very difficult non, clearly. So maybe I should practice it. Both Oku and Orin, when I'm practicing them, I just skip their first non because it's kind of free. And their first spell is actually pretty difficult, so... Oh, that was the... I got really ahead of myself. Have I tried not killing the fairies? What I do on that Orin first non, I tell you, is the optimal strat. Especially for Reimu B. You need to clump all the fairies up and then shoot them like that. Unless you want to try some pacifist strat, but we're full spellers here. I'm not trying to cap Cat's Walk just to not cap Orin spell. Oh! Gunar's unironically probably the hardest thing is fight. I mean, yeah, I'd very, very confidently say this is the second hardest attack in the game. Like, this attack has some randomness to it that can make it a lot better or worse at a given point, but, like... It is definitely the second hardest attack in the entire game, I'd argue. Oof. That was bad. Like, my interpretation with this game is, like... Cat's Walk is the hardest attack in the game. That's just as is. This is probably second. And you got like Pet Flare is definitely a very difficult attack. It's definitely up there. But I would not put it at the same level as this or Cat's Cringe. Why would I do that? Favorite number one hardest attack in the game lines up with yours? I say I'm more curious about someone who doesn't have Cat's Walk at number one. So I don't know if I've ever heard someone not say Cat's Walk before. Unless it's like some niche Satori attack that like Notori fights. It's like if I hear this game in difficulty, the word Cat's Walk always goes in the same sentence. Flying insects. Okay, you know, that is definitely a good candidate, I'd say. I don't talk with that one just because Reimu B player, you know. I got Mountain Toss I got to deal with. I don't have to deal with that that nest. Flying Insect Nest. That's Yukari's second spell. It's a really cringe attack, I'll say that. I don't know how it's done, but I've also never like sat down and grinded it because again, Reimu B. Reimu B has Mountain Toss, which I will never argue is the hardest attack in the game. I think it's the hardest Satori attack Reimu B has to fight. It's kind of random with how bad it is, but it's a difficult attack. It's definitely not top tier. I would never argue that, though. Demon Parade is... it's an attack that can be spooky, but it's definitely below that. And Labyrinth... Labyrinth is comparatively her easiest attack with Rainbow Beam. And I say that hesitantly because I fucking hate Fog Labyrinth. It is one of my least favorite designed attacks in all of Touhou. But I will also say it is one of Suika's easier attacks, at least with Rainbow Beam. On average. I still hate that attack with a passion. What? How did I live that? Yeah, the Flying Insect Nest, I've seen it in this game. I played against it briefly once just to see what it looked like. I can confirm it's ass. Yeah. I was really hoping that worked with that. She actually moved up. I didn't see her do that. Rainbow like big balls so much? Good question. Look at all those blue balls she has. Easiest cap of my life, never in question. Okay, SS, I'm actually interested in your opinion. What's your opinion on Takamak? And also, kind of at the same time, Oku's final. So I'm still kind of in the learning phase of those two attacks. But when I came back to this game, I struggled with Takamak for a hot minute. I've been doing better as of late, but it's kind of weird because there's really not much strat. Well, there's sort of strat, but it's kind of a weird attack. Make our good piece in difficulty on normal. Nice. Oh, hold on. You know what I haven't done today? I gotta go back to preaching about how Rainbow B is actually the best shot type in the entire game. It's literally broken. Look at this. I can bait her to the side. I don't have to be directly below her, and I'm still damaging her slightly. Tell me how this isn't broken. I was looking away. I see 16 homing. I played Spring Reimu, okay? I played Spring Reimu when I played Hidden Star. I've already seen my homing dream. That game is the homing dream, I swear. It's so good. It's so fun. It's infinite homing. We do 16 next. I don't know. 16's kind of up there, but I really don't know. Did I bait that terribly? I sure did. Sixteen's kind of middle of the pack for my interest level. Okay, I'll go for another few minutes on Oku, and then I'm just gonna go do some runs. Been over an hour of practice. And I had some good practice, but I might be slowing down a little bit right now. Er. Yeah, it's so fun. How many people have ever fought the dancers game glitcher and was like, ooh, this is so fun? No, I like the dancer fight, but I'm talking about like other people. You hate the dancer so much. See the Exhibit A right there. See, what I don't like in Hidden Star is Stage 4. Stage 4 in Naruto. That's what I don't like in Hidden Star. Die, bird. Okay, I should stop looking at chat and actually try to focus up on practice for once. Peter Player, my beloved. Oh, yeah, I should have swung right. That was a weird sun position. Go do some runs. Have a good night, Levin. Appreciate you being here. Or Toaster, I meant. Good grief, I get people's names confused sometimes. Just because I messed that one up, I'm going to wish 11 a bad night whenever he goes to bed. Also, what's up, Phantom? Up I go. Who actually likes the dancers? I literally said I like the dancers. Oh, you like them? It's a fun fight. I like the chaotic yet patterned nature of the nons. I think they're really satisfying nons to, like, learn. Good grief, 11. I leave you unchecked for 5 seconds. I like them over Narumi. Well, you also have to understand that my dislike for Narumi also extends to her stage, because that stage 4 on Lunatic is ass. So that kind of does extend some of my hatred of Narumi, is the fact that I hate her stage. What do you mean ass? It's the hardest stage in the game, in terms of stage portion. Like, it's unironically a very difficult stage portion. Following Orb Tech, yes. Also, Bullet Golem, or whatever it's called on Lunatic, is also awful. I wasn't the biggest fan of some of her other attacks either. I mean, it's not like they were bad, but... Ranking a heart state? That's a really good question. I don't know. I'm pretty sure hers is up there. Like, probably around top 5. In terms of stage 4 stage portion. I can't tell you exactly where. I've played every game, but not all of them under the guise of LNNs or shit. It also depends, because, like, you know, you have a game like Lotus Land, which has Garbo, like, mid-bosses on Stage 4. But, like, the rest of it's not that awful. Bullet Golem's actually just impossible. Yeah. Bullet Golem, it's just... Bullet Golem is one of those very hard attacks that I don't enjoy. I don't know what the community consensus is exactly. I know the community consensus is that Hidden Star Stage 4 is unironically high up on the list. I'd say it's probably top 5, like I said. But I don't know exactly. Yeah, I like Okina Spring Final. It's a fun attack. Bullet Golem is not a fun attack. What's not to understand? Okina Spring Final and Catswalk are fun attacks. Bullet Golem and Fog Labyrinth are not fun attacks, in my opinion. And if you disagree with me, that does mean you're wrong, by the way. Equals fun? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Both Junko and Clown Piece are quite hard. I find Clown Piece a lot more fun than Junko. What is this wall you've made for me, Parsi? She's really pulling out her stops. I guess one important thing. I like traditional dodging. I like chaotic traditional dodging. Right? It's what makes PDH somewhat enjoyable. It's very, like, traditional. Right? You're not doing what Bullet Golem and Murderous Lilies force you to do, and that is jerk off the side of the stages 20 times. Right? That's always why, you know, that's one probably big reason why I like Pod. Like, why Pod's probably my favorite Touhou game. It's chaotic, but it's very traditional dodging with how it works. The first two Clown Piece nuns are stressful for the eyes mainly. I do really like those attacks. Those two attacks are fun. They're annoying, but they are very fun. They're pretty traditional. Stuff comes from the top. It's not too gimmicky. Devil's Incantation. I don't know, when I see the word Devil's something, Devil's Recitation is the first thing that comes to mind. Is that you're referring to? Byakuran's third to last spell. And also Shinki's like second to last spell. Talking about the original attack? You talking about Shinki's version? Or are you talking about it on like normal? The one that Shinki uses. I mean, both Shinki's version and Byakuran's version, I love that attack. I think visibly, Devil's Recitation, regardless of whatever version you're referring to. I'll just refer to it as Devil's Incantation, Devil's Recitation, and Devil's Recitation Chinky version. It's probably the easiest way to refer for people's sake. They're enjoyable attacks. They're really stressful, but they are also probably the most aesthetically pleasing Touhou attacks, like, on the market. Like, there are very few Touhou attacks that are as visibly appealing as those. Love them. Now, they are really stressful. They are relatively pretty fun. But they are really cool design. They're also not garbage that's making you, like, circle the stage 20 times. And, like, hug the wall, and then you go do a foop de whoop, and then you go do a bish and bop, and then do a skibbity toilet. I actually talked about it earlier, but I really like the Shinky fight. Shinky is a really fun boss fight. Oops. We're just gonna break all the shackles here today. Ooh. Yugi, you did not have to tease me like that. Powerbomb again. Well, it was in 2 games from, like, over a decade ago and never since, so that gives me confidence he'll never add that back. Because I fucking hate powerbombing. I like powerbombing in the LNN. Because these games don't have power loss in terms of death. So I can die and be at full power, unlike some games. Hee. Wiggle. Okay, I should stop reading for a minute and focus on the game. Woo, I'm kissing these talismans. Mwah. I'm flirting with these fairies right now. Will happen eventually. If someone can show me exactly how to set it up properly to the detail where I don't have to do any work, sure. But that would require work. I went too fast. Ah, shame. What a shame. DDC is unsupported. Well, I think the better question is, why would you want to play DDC? Yes, for my fun time, I think I shall go fight Seija. Why do you even play Touhou in general? Like, Touhou is just fucking ass, dude. Ugh. Seija's a fun boss. Yeah, there's yeah. Seija is not... Seija is in a game where Kaguro exists. And at least for lunatic players, she's probably the most hated boss in that game. In probably the game that has some of the most hated enemy bosses. So, bad bait, but I was distracted with my beat. Okay, no terrible walls from Nightbraid this time. Appreciate it. Talk about fun designs. Love me some Fog Labyrinth. But gotta break her out a little bit there. 1v1 you and Touhou 9? Touhou 9. Touhou 9's good. Hey, when do we get the ISC itemless stream? If you win, you get pride of beating someone who's LNN a game, and that's it. I'm not playing the ISC itemless until I truly run out of Touhou content. Collection's always a little stressful. It always feels good whenever you can get through it. Hardest part of the run right here. Witcher and you versus me and Fammy. Yeah, the 2v2. That's definitely a way you can play in Touhou 9, Touhou 3, or Touhou 19. Listen, people already got to see me fight Family Team in 19 one point with the world's greatest connection. Ooh, I did not like that last bullet there. Why is my frame rate dropping? I'm losing internet. No! Why did I pause? Yeah, what's the best connection right now? I know, what is going on with it? Okay, got through that portion at least. Stole the frames. Apparently, what is going on with it? My bitrate is not that bad right now. It's... I have not had that many internet issues as of late.
Let's let it chill out for a second.
Gonna like wait it out here and see if my frames want to ever recover. Any minute, internet, I swear. What the fuck? Holy shit, frame rate, the frame rate stabilized. Crazy. Okay, cat, fight me. Also, that was a 2 miss stage 4, but a perfect Satori. Oh, bad spread, dude. What are you doing? You gotta give me a better one than that. Okay. Still worked barely. About 4 seconds slow because of that spread. And they would block some shots. I don't think they actually do much, those fairies, on the first knot. I may be mistaken. But I don't believe them on the first knot do much. Pretty sure it's only on the first spell that they begin to do shit. Like, I've seen that first knot done, like, the normal way, not safe spawning it, and and I don't think the fairies did much. Let go of the down button. Oh, I got tripped. Damn it. We're swinging around. I misstuffed that one a little bit. Damn it, that was a 2. Oh, that was so close to a 1 miss stage 5. Oh, I'll get it one of these times. One of these days, Witch King. Legend is available on the PS4. I guess I'm not that surprised. Antimia Common Flowers is on the Switch, which was actually where I first got introduced to that game. And to any of the Touhou fighting games. That was actually in my early days of being playing, of like even knowing what Touhou was. Nice. Now we got the Bow Wap spirits. Hey, Burb. Don't go that low, that's annoying. Fine, UNR, be kind to me, please. Oh, 5,004. I keep dying in runs to UNR, not due to UNR being bad, but due to me being bad. That's excusable because it is UNR, but like that wasn't even like bad UNR RNG. That was just he's stuttering around a corner. Peta, Ida. Right. Easiest spell of the entire series? Yeah, I didn't... So hard to get the line up when she goes down. Don't know the vertical height on it. It's also really hard to see when she goes down because of how bright the game is. Oh well. That's the wrong direction! I need to be on the right and then go left. Oh well. Talk Mac, my beloved. Yeah, didn't go vertically enough. Oh well. Okay, Takumak is kind of a loved and hated spell in my eyes. This is just kind of a hated spell. Like, Takumak's kind of 50-50. This is kind of 80-20 in me loving versus hating it. Never mind, it's my favorite spell in all Touhou. That was an 8 miss. That's my second 8 miss, actually. I'll take it. Guys, I'm holding the speed up button. This is what the credits look like while sped up. Isn't it incredible? I'm letting go speed up. Okay. We're making progress. That was perfect stage 4. That was a perfect Satori. 1 miss Cat's Walk, 1 miss Orin. That was really good. The non-chokes on Oku sucked, but the spell deaths were, like, fine. You know, those are difficult spells. It's interesting, because half the deaths in this run were very avoidable. Half of them were to things that I think are more than tolerable if I die to. That's expected. But half of them I feel like I can cleanse, so I feel like I can get PBs coming up. With a bit more practice. But then pushing over that hurdle is always a progress. Boom. Not quite 2 hours, but good enough to call here. I don't want to force the issue.